Hi everyone, welcome to round 5 from Gerry. Wrong game this. Well, this put me on second board now, and I was playing a 1-3-3 called Gerry Whitehead, who has a long play of about 105. However, according to a reliable source, he plays fast, hacks, and swats the Stonewall Dutch. However, neither thing materialised in this game. I played d4, d5, c4, and knight f6. Marshall invented many openings, mainly gambits, and this is where you gambit your king. It's a dreadful opening, and white just has to avoid one little trick. Because after c takes d5, knight takes d5, e4 straight away. Now this was Marshall's idea. Knight f6, knight c3, and now e5. This at least equalises for black. So knight f3, preventing e5, and after e6 also blocking his bishop, you play e4, and now e5 can't be played, and white just gets a large space advantage, and there is no King's Indian or Grunfeld style counterplay available. So I was confident of a quick knockout. Play continued with knight f6, knight c3, bishop b4, then this should be better for white. Knight c6, bishop g5, bishop b7, a3, castles, bishop c4, knight d7, and now I lashed out with h4. I decided that black moving his knight away for defences of his king justified it, and I am going to castle queenside. Now if he plays bishop takes g5, h takes g5, e5, I think this is best because although it opens the h file, it's not that easy to exploit. And he's fighting back against my space advantage, and this pawn is doubled, this g-pawn. Plays h6, which is a weakness, and I'm definitely going to castle queenside, and I played bishop e3, keeping pieces on because I want to either keep all 4 minor pieces on, or get an open h file in return for swapping a pair off, because my d and e pawns have a massive cramping effect, so piece exchanges favour black more than me. He fought back with e5, and I blew my advantage for the next move, queen d2, just maybe preparing to try to get some sacrifices on h6, but really I rejected the best move d5, but after, because I thought it blocks my pieces in, but just got a massive space advantage. Now, so we have some exchanges in the centre. And if he'd just played, say, c5, bishop e3, and the knight moves, and then this continuation, you see, I've lost my space advantage, and black's actually now very active, and chances are probably about even. But in the game, he suicidally grabbed the h pawn, and now I spend a lot of time looking at sacrifices. I played g3 to kick the bishop off the h file, but better still was to castle. And after say if he plays c5, bishop e3 and knight b6, the difference is in this position is that I have the tactic bishop takes f7 check. And rook can't take because then the queen will be hanging, well, it'll lose a piece because the bishop has to take and then rook takes. So he has to try king takes f7 and then queen e2, with dual threats of queen h5 and winning the bishop on h4 and hacking black's king and the queen. g3. Now we play bishop g5, which I didn't understand because I get a tempo with f4, which is the move I want to play. So bishop f6 is better. And also now after f4, he can't play bishop f6 to offer a swap with my bishop, which is practically almost forced because I can now play e5. So he played bishop e7, and now I went into d4 and decided none of my space worked with the rooks disconnected. I'd looked at bishop takes g7, but it doesn't quite work because after king takes g7, queen h2, rook h8, queen h5, queen e8, and black defends. Knight f6 is coming next. Castled, and now he blundered with knight b6. Now best is c5, and with my engine I found a very long forcing sequence of over 8 moves, which leads to white having the better chances, but it's very complicated. sack on g7 first. And now queen h2 isn't good because I've just simply rook h8, but queen e2, rook h8, check. And bishop b5, hard move to c, but now attacks the pin piece, and after king e8, you go, rook takes d7, bishop takes d7, and I have rook d1. Bishop takes b5, rook takes queen g7, and then knight takes b5, where the queen and knight are a very strong attacking force, and although black's got a material advantage actually of 2 rooks via queen, he is not coordinated at all, and white will probably win a couple of pawns and should win. But this is very hard, long variation to calculate even in long play. Maybe I could do it in the future, but not while I'm a patzer. But after knight b6, what's the winning move? Pause the video to try and guess it. Now we resume. Queen h2. Just ignore the bishop because there's too many threats. Black's lost, and now this is the reason why the h-ball should have been taken. And there's just, you can look through it yourselves. There's nothing black can do. He played bishop g4 after a long think, but I just went bishop takes g7, bishop takes d1, and queen takes h6. And there is no way to stop the mate on h8, even though I'm a full rook behind. So a nice hacking game. I was quite proud of this one and sort of made up for the horrible losses in the last 3 games. Now winning the last one should keep my losses to a minimum. And please stay tuned and subscribe to find out if I did. But for now, please leave any comments and thoughts. Thanks very much.